Oh, I didn't keep my hair covered all night. I woke up, I had thrown pillows and everything around. But I tried to turn on my computer, and watching it for a while, and I've asked some people around here that used to have computers that don't have it anymore, and like when you have a police force that has been went to the education system, like the example we have of Mitchell High, where when they graduate, they're gangs, prostitutes. You know what I'm saying? They do their little sketch process. But anyway, and I'm like the only one that has a computer out of the people that I asked that's still has a computer. They had the same problems I was having with the computer, and like there's a few things like if you're on Facebook and once you get flooded, like when you first start Facebook, like getting public or whatever, they'll flood you with X-ray stuff. They look through your shit looking for X-ray stuff. And if they don't find any, they try to give you some. I remember like one undercover cops was like, "Oh, you must be a virgin," because like they're so set, like the guys who grow up around here that went through their school system and they're good Christian. That's one thing I forgot to say in Wichita, Kansas, where Mr. Milk was, and his boys, men for boys. Like they wanted to have, these grown men want to have relationship with, people's children, and their children. They were like, my third husband had been in Lutheran, and that had happened to him. Really screwed him up. So, but anyway, and I know like in '72, we had a really big problem with the police in the sex industry, but basically what they were doing was, but anyway, like that reminds me of like here, like there's a couple of crackhead whores, and they have children, and the little bastards like to come and throw rocks and sticks and shit. So, and like the kids were asking stupid questions, like they're like really old, like I don't know, like they were like 8, 9 or whatever, and 11. Now they're older, and exactly what I knew was gonna happen, because I'm sitting around looking at you. But anyway, I don't like, and like heavy. I told him I don't babysit, and the reason why I didn't babysit because the guy Fred, that the kid that he adopted, the two older girls with Fred, that every time I pass his house, he says perverted and sexually, trying to get me over to his house. So I told Fred, and he goes, "Oh, I known him a long time. I know him a long time." I told Heavy. Anyway, Fred died. Those two girls end up, their aunt was in the police department. Those two girls stayed there about 3 months, and really they was getting raped. They was underage before that, because they didn't want the girls because their mom was a crackhead prostitute. But anyway, these little boys over here. So the mom, like one day, she's like, "Why is the dog barking? Why is the dog barking?" So I look at her very calmly, and I'm like, "Well, cats meow and dogs bark. Chickens, cock-a-doodle-doo." And she's like, "Oh, you stupid, crazy bitch." I'm like, well, I'm not the one asking a fucking question that someone at 1 year old should know. But you get that a lot here, a lot of stuff, and that's part. They know a lot of stuff that I don't know, which they think I'm stupid, like they know everything there is about sex. But anyway, so this bitch, what I'm saying, so I guess, she got they got people in the police department. Her little son been in juvenile, runs to get his mom crack from his cousin up and down the street and doing all this shit. No, she's a straight up crackhead, because I seen a car, I sit on my porch, and like in one day, that guy be going up and down the motherfucking street 6 times. Get you a package, put you $40 together and get you something. But anyway, and they haven't did that in a while. And that one little boy, that mom, he's down at this guy's, house, and he has hepatitis. His legs are all swollen up. He ain't gonna tell you have hepatitis. They're not gonna tell you they have it, but they're gonna try to spread it around. And now, Gene's a straight up pervert, but I sit down and I talk to him. I listen to him. You know what I'm saying? And But now he has a house full of people. Anyway, so little boys over there, you know. So anyway, I guess she decided to police on me, something about with kids or some shit. I live alone. I don't have grown-ups here. I'd be damned if I had fucking kids hanging up here. So like I told Heavy. But like I noticed they project, if I would have paid attention better and, since they were bullying, harassing me because, I'm saying I don't do this and I don't do that and don't, I don't worry about no fucking kids. I'm saying? And like I'm like, if I did, I'll have them help do yard work. Oh, my kids can't do yard. But anyway, so like once I had a little boy. Every time I'd go to the store, I had a little boy and a little girl. They just come from nowhere. Like, is the dog barking? Is the dog barking? Is the dog barking? I'm like, do the dog bark? Or they ask questions like, do the dog bite? And I'm like, yes, all mammals that have teeth bite, and all mammals have teeth. And I'm like, don't you bite into your hot dog or your hamburger or your cookie, And I'm like, I don't know what you're asking me. So anyway, I just rush along, and it doesn't matter. Only matters to them what they project. What I'm saying? Like it's not to fix what happened to them, but it is to go and since something horrible happened to me, well, I'm just gonna go do that horrible thing to some other unexpected person, maybe a person that maybe in their case they didn't deserve it, but because they didn't deserve it, they could go and do it. But anyway, the little kids follow me, so finally I just really been ignoring them. I just answer questions, which is something I noticed their parents don't answer their questions, like why this, why, like shut up, stupid, or blah blah blah. They don't, and I was brought up, if you can't answer a question, of a child, it's because you don't know, you haven't learned, so you just go and learn, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to, when a child asks you a question, just answer them. They go about their business. Anyway, a little bastard touched me, right? And I got to think about these nasty little kids around here because, their moms don't breastfeed the children. They breastfeed their men, and you can see they look like cows. They got titties hanging down to the motherfucker. And these ladies think those titties are sexy. I'm like, no. If your titty hangs about a foot from the base, and you have stretch marks all the way to there, yeah, when you was full of milk, yeah, they probably was nice and perky. They got the suck. Anyway, so the kid touched me. I turned around. I'm like, do not touch me. And he jumped back, and I heard something that's when you know it's the police, because they have these intercoms or whatever. They have over here. That's part of it. The harassment to let you know. You know what I'm saying? And then next thing so I heard a female voice what did she say? She's surprised. I don't want, what I'm saying? I don't really appreciate the kid following me. It's bad enough I had a bunch of dogs following me that wasn't mine. Now I got the fucking kids following me. And the dogs at least have enough respect. They don't come up in my fucking yard. They don't shit in my yard. They don't throw trash. These little kids, they don't know better. But anyway, this lady up here, all their little kids is just what they came out of juvie, looking all soft, hanging all the way out with boys, and boys for, bros before hoes. They all just over there sitting around having sex with each other, looking all soft and crazy, looking like they, we making bacon. They're all fat, what I'm saying? They already, what I'm saying? These little motherfuckers ain't even selling crack. These little motherfuckers is doing it. So anyway, so my shit went out again, for a minute, but there's a difference between money. I bet you they could afford. I know they can't afford it because the city wouldn't look like shit. It's just like Friday, I had piled up some boxes, right? I heard a lot of noise, and a lot of times, I'm thinking, oh, I should go out there, but by the time I go out there, I really don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I mean? My only problem is, but anyway, one of my boxes is sitting on the side over here. You know what I'm saying? And I know usually when people leave boxes around here, they throw in all type of stuff in their boxes. I don't know. I just really so sick with this neighborhood because of the the devastation of drugs. I remember I was in Wichita, and I lived outside the city limits, close to Derby, and there's a bunch of these white, like real racists and supposed to be Ku Klux Klan. So they're explaining to me how much smarter they were, because like they making crystal meth. They ain't spending the money, the quote unquote niggers was spending money on cocaine. But anyway, some of them members, I remember one guy, he ended up in the hospital because he ended up using, I think, anyway, some type of, really, I think it was a laxative that he used, Epsom salt. He used something with Epsom salt instead of just using, like, ether, like they take the ether from, you know, when you clean your, in the car, the carburetor cleaners, like they'll put like what they'll do is they'll cipher it out by using the pressure from a 2-liter bottle of water, and anyway, and it ciphers, and the gas comes on the top, and they cipher that out at faster red. That's what, you know, and then, you know, you break down your ephedrines or sinus pills for whatever. But this guy was like, but anyway, they are like anyway, there was a recipe. It was actually, they got him off the internet after it got started, and it was something like, it was Albert Costello or something that you had to go to find out the recipe. This was in the early 80s. They all thought they were smart and stuff. Turned out to be just as corrosive and just as, you know. Anyway, not so smart. I mean, there's, you know, they probably spent just as much money buying buying the ingredients, but you can buy stuff in bulk too. So I don't know, but anyway, it sounds crazy to me, you know, especially if you can make something to blow up and they driving around in cars. So like we had to really, so they was like the really smart, you know, white people. They was like, oh, we're smarter than, you know what I'm saying? Because the black people are busy trying to tell them, oh, black people, you know, oh, no, not black people, African Americans do this, and you know what I'm saying, and like trying to point out, oh, so many motherfucking multiples of differences, you know. And if you don't buy into the differences, just like here, like, oh, you know, like, because I'm black, I got to go get hair extensions. You know, all the girls that are my age in their 50s now, they start doing the hair extensions about 30 years ago, they're fucking bald-headed. So, that's some bullshit there. And by the way, this ain't no Jerry curls, I ain't even spray nothing. This is what happens when you condition your hair, you know. I just want it soft enough so it doesn't break off. I'm not trying to, you know, impress anybody. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so like if you have like they had it so bad, like I was calling for a couple of years about, you know, like my shit, you know, being fucked up with Comcast. You know, finally, you know, it was last time when I put in the hard drive myself. You know, like there's a bug, so I'm like, let me call them and tell them to come and get it. My phone's not working. I have to go to a neighbor. So, you know, like the people they use probably just came out of jail. Just like they use the dog catchers that just came out of jail. The motherfucker city worker on top of his thing is still in my fucking nuts. I don't know why the son of a bitches don't ask if they could come and pick some fucking nuts. You know what I'm saying? If you try to give them to them free, they don't want it. Okay? You know what I'm saying? I made a mistake and let somebody pick some fig tree. So this year my fig tree's almost died. You cannot be nice. They have never been nice. From day one, their parents have whooped them, tortured them. You know what I'm saying? The trash people leave a giant ass box. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, because they're not accustomed to somebody, you know, like, because I was told one time by this one girl, she goes, the worst thing that ever happened to me, and the most, you being nice was the meanest thing that anybody ever did to me. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, you know what I mean? Like, for them to do something, you know, I've seen it here, like them getting whooped. I think it's fucking disgusting. I'm in the doctor's office. I gotta change doctors now because I think it's disgusting for these mothers just to fucking slap these kids or just beat on these kids all upside their head and shit. And far as I know, the kid was perfectly quiet until the mom decided she was aggravated because the kid's doing a normal shit that kids should be doing. You know what I'm saying? They want to, you know what I'm saying? She gonna smack them, beat them, the kids fucking screaming, but we all supposed to look the other fucking way. Now, if it was a man that punched her, she'd have been on the phone calling 911. But you use these little kids as little pawns. You know what I'm saying? If they was already victimized, and you think that makes them streetwise. Streetwise was crossed at the intersection, not in between. You know what I'm saying? What was it like? Look both ways. You know. But anyway, and then like when they were doing these shows where they were showing like child prostitution, like big time in the 60s and the 70s, with like Taxi Drivers and other Sutter movies like that, with the Joe Foster girlie, the person in there. But it didn't like Streetwise didn't become like don't cross in the middle, you know, and look both ways. Ended up Streetwise was like. But anyway, I know a lot of girls that was in my junior high school that was supposed to be so smart and they got into prostitution. You see them out on the street later on, you know, hanging out there all motherfucking day, and they'll tell you, you don't want to do that. I remember this one girl, she had a black eye, she was Japanese descent, and she was so adamant, you know what I'm saying? I was already like, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is that, like, the way the police department is here, I mean, really, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, if I have a problem and I think somebody's hurting a child, I call child protection in a minute. And I have done that. And they come out and they take care of this shit straight up right away. I didn't see them use nobody else. Matter of fact, I was sitting on my porch when they took the 6 of the kids away, and she was pregnant with another one. The boyfriend had just came back from animal cruelty, and here a pet bull ended up dead. Kids having a cemetery. Pet bull head over on their enemy's porch and all this shit. So, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't call the police to do a job that they have an organization that knows how. They know how to handle it. They know how to take care of it, and they fast and they good. And I guess they don't go along hearsay rumors that some crackhead, you know what I'm saying? Like, you always see like some of these police shows where they use a junkie or crackhead to get information. Now over here they're probably an undercover cop. But if you've been doing cocaine and crack, and you know you buying this shit around here, some of this shit is made. You know, you don't know what the fuck you getting. A lot, you know, pretty much you're gonna get some cocaine, but you know, who knows? Depends on where you get it at. Some of them is cooking up their own shit. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? I don't listen to what the fucking crackheads tell me around here. You know, I go to the store, I got 4 or 5, want to give me all type of fucking information, especially men around here that like to talk, the gossip, you know, and they'll bend your ear worse, and they think they know everything. The only thing they know is they trying to get their next hit. That's all they fucking know. And let me tell you something. I've heard some fantastic stories. I thought they was joking. I just fell out laughing. I'm like, I know you ain't telling shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And they just like the story is just too. You know what I mean? Like, they try to get your attention. Then once the story gets more ranchy or whatever they think they want to go with it. But anyway, you know. And I guess another, you know what I'm saying? It's just that, anyway, my experience with this police department that's all black is they trying to, let me tell you something, because one thing I remember, like there's like they have a lot of families that are 4, 5, 6 generation in, maybe some of them couple of centuries in, that, you know, I want to say they're gypsies. They did come from that part of like Europe, like Russia, whatever. But their whole thing is they like the people that people, they were able to con and blackmail people, because you know people would think they were a fool. You know, fool me once, shame on, you know, fool me twice, you know, shame on me. But it doesn't really work like that. I mean, they're professionals and they're doing that. You know what I'm saying? But the whole thing is to make you feel like a fool, investment, and blackmail. But anything, you know what I'm saying? But the people that the cops are using, like they're using the dog catchers, and these guys are scared of dogs. They haven't caught one of the stray dogs, but they'll get your fucking pet. But the stray dogs, you know, all the dog has to do is bark. A lot of these dogs that bark over here, even though they're stray, they've been abused so much. Like every time like a kid see them, throw rocks and at them. I mean, anyway, I wish Memphis would get straightened out. I wish they could fix their school system. But the first thing they would have to fix is that a lot of the propaganda they bought into, you know, it was 180 out. And let me tell you something, just because somebody doesn't want to have sex with you doesn't mean that she a whore or a pedophile or something like that. It just means she don't want to fucking have sex with you. Maybe you're nasty, maybe you're rude, maybe you're ugly, and maybe I just don't fucking like you. Period. And I don't have to like someone because they like me. You know what I'm saying? It don't work that way. And just because I don't want to have sex with a bunch of you, don't make me a fucking virgin at 53, been married 3 times and had kids. Okay, bitch, and a grandma. Alright? What virgin is that? Don't be stupid. I just don't like people that are violent, that are ignorant. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind stupid. Stupid will learn. But ignorant turn into an old ass nasty fool. Go to that popping Viagra. And I remember interview with who was it? Orson Welles. But anyway, he was talking about how with the sexual deviation that like these men at 50s like couldn't get it up no more, and it was part of you know, just the behavior and some of the other activities that come behind the type of you know, sexual behavior, because men actually you know, should be bonding with one person for a healthy brain and a healthy body, but we 180 out. But anyway, you know, it's capitalist society. Money buys stuff. If your only job is to destroy and throw fucking trash around, you work for the fucking city, or go steal fucking peanut nuts, and you don't have no, you wasn't raised proper to where you got some self-respect, to where you know how to ask somebody for something. You know what I'm saying? But these motherfuckers around here, they think, you know what I'm saying? They still, and then they think they smart. You know what I'm saying? That's where I was alluding to this gypsy. You know what I'm saying? If you 4 or 5 generations, you learn from your mom to be a low-down, scurvy dog, and your dad was no fucking better, and you think you fucking smart because, you know what I'm saying, you too ashamed and too fucking twisted to take something free, and you think you gotta go tear something up to get it. You know, and then dump your fucking trash on the side of the motherfucking house. You know, this city is, you know, personally, do not come here if you know what I'm saying, if you have never been here, and if you do, don't leave the fucking tourist area, because it's fucking disgusting. You know what I'm saying? This area has been devastated. You know what I'm saying? The same shit the federal policemen are trying to do, the same type of policemen had tried with some black ignorant ass motherfuckers that don't know that you are the target. You know what I'm saying? Your kids are with the ADHD. Your kids has your kids is getting fucked up, and it has a lot to do with the information that you're not giving to them and the information you are giving to them. You know what I'm saying? So, and it ain't my fucking fault. You know what I'm saying? And if I don't want your nasty little fucking snot nosed little little disease ass little motherfuckers, AIDS infected from birth little motherfucking children up in my yard, it ain't because I want to do something with them. It's because I don't want the bitches to touch me. Because your mama and your daddy and your grandma and your grandpa, I know a lot of these kids, grandparents, a lot of them are my age, and great grandmas already fucking ready. Your mama, your grandma was nasty, your grandfather was nasty, and now you got some super nasty little motherfuckers. Y'all can do better, and you can start off with women knowing your place. You know what I'm saying? And if you think your hair is what make you ugly, I got a lot of news for a lot of you women that go get your hair done, talking about how good her hair look good, her hair look good. If your face was fucked up before you got your hair done, you're still fucked up looking. You know, spend more time on trying to make your kid happy, and maybe we could have maybe we could have some kids that come out of Mitchell High that ain't either going to be prostitutes or work for the fucking police department. or wait until they get out of prison and then they can work for the dog pound or something. We finally got our fucking post lady acting halfway fucking decent. You know, I seen her cop on King more than once. The one motherfucking time the dude was over here, that the guy that was helping me put my door in hired him to hold up some wood, and he got a cop right after her. And I told dude, I said, don't bring this fucker over here because he sold to the post lady. You know what I'm saying? Then they act like I'm all funny and stupid. Fuck, I done dropped more motherfucker drugs than they fucking ever sold, okay? You know what I'm saying? You the one that worried about all this material stuff and gawking at shit and worried about how to keep up with the motherfucker. Not me. And that one policeman talking about, you don't have no jewelry on. Oh, fuck you, bitch. Fuck you. What I have on and what I don't have on is what I want. And if you don't fucking like it, you know, take your ass someplace fucking else. You know what I'm saying? And if you're trifling and you're roguish, and you come from a long line of trifling and roguish ass motherfuckers that abuse your fucking kids from the fucking day one, these women's ashamed to have kids, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, I know, like, a lot of women, like my mom's age and whatnot, when they were showing black women in National Geographic, and, you know, then showing monkeys breastfeeding, you know, that did it for a lot of women in the South, you know. It's time to bottle feed, you know what I'm saying? You know, we so far, you know what I'm saying? Me having sex with some of you nasty, trifling ass bitches over here ain't gonna, that's not what makes me a fucking female, you know? And then motherfucker talking about, oh, you 50, where's your beard? Fuck you. So that's what I have to say to all you motherfucking trifling motherfuckers up in Memphis that been fucking with shit and don't know what the fuck you do and don't have the time to take out and pick up a motherfucker book or Google and bitch on the correct way to do it. If you fuck up shit, or if you think, oh, well, this, you know, she turns off her electricity because, you know, because we doing this and doing that, and she's stopping us from using her shit. No, if I turn my electricity off, if I turn my water on, if I take a shit, or, you know, if I take a piss or I get up and eat, has nothing to do with the fucking thing you got to do. The same way when you get up in the morning, you thank God. I bet you ain't thanking me.